Hi guys, welcome back to my channel amongst the next episode of the 100. Last week's episode was episode 11 and we finally got Bellamy inside Mount Weather and he's been freed from the, because he was going to get his blood drained and stuff, and now he was getting his blood drained and he was now like a soldier, but there's been some sort of problem. I think because the president's now being captured and his sons are running the place now and he's the one that wants to use all the bone marrow to get them back onto the ground. So things are not good, because just as he was about to get towards where Jasper and Monty and that were, the alarms started going off, everywhere shut off, and all the doors shut. So I'm excited to see where that goes, but I'm also quite nervous because with the president's son now in charge, nothing good can happen to our guys. There's obviously innocent people in there as well, and we've seen there's kids in there. They're obviously innocent, but yeah, that's quite a nervous sort of situation for me. But he has made contact with Clark and that, so he knows that there's an army inside, and there's a guy going back with a message. There's a lot going on, like every episode. I say it every episode, but there's a lot going on, so I'm excited to jump into it. This episode is called RUBICON. I mainly know RUBICON as a drink. I drink it quite a lot from the shop. I get like a little bottle of like mango RUBICON. It's like a fruit juice, but I also know it's a river in Italy, because I did a bit of Googling because my geography is terrible. Also, new top I got for my birthday. Yes, it was my birthday. I'm recording this on the 7th of February, and it's my birthday on the 3rd. So, yeah, it was one of my birthday presents, and I love it. It's really cozy, and my house is still cold. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be warming up soon. This episode of the 100, I don't know. I really don't know. Much more of the Mount Weather stuff, and maybe they start to initiate the plan to get the acid fog down so that Clark and the Grounders can move towards the Mount Inn. I don't know why I said it so weirdly. Maybe there's going to be more clashes with Abby and Clark, because at the end of the episode they really clashed in terms of the fact that Abby tried to stop Clark and the Grounders all drew the sword against Abby. So I'm going to imagine that's going to have some more consequences where Abby's not going to be happy because she's the commander, or she's the chancellor, and people aren't listening to her, but so's love, you know. The Grounders are more powerful and they side with who they want to side with. So let's jump into the episode. If you're interested in watching the full reaction to this episode, as well as the next couple of episodes in advance, there's a link to my Patreon down below. But yeah, if you enjoy it, please let me know down below. Subscribe to my channel, and let's jump into Season 2, Episode 12 of the 100. Better get a move on, mate. You've not got a lot of oxygen left. But would you not use more oxygen by running, so your time's going to go down quicker? Is that right?
Sir, you're too far from the door, way too far.
Just breathe.
He's got the bone marrow.
You did, didn't you, sir? Huh? The marrow treatment, it worked.
We did it, Lieutenant.
Oh, I hate him. I think it's like the way his smile like kills. Oh, piss off. Oh no. Go away, you bitch. Wait. Oh.
No, not her. She needs more time to recover.
I was gonna say.
This one. I hope you know, you're all incredibly special to us.
Go away, you tramp. I dislike her quite a lot.
How many of these have you made?
Only 2 so far, but we're
2? That's not enough. There will be Reapers everywhere.
High-frequency tone generators don't grow on trees, Clark.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They're scrounging for parts.
Raven, I am about to leave for Tondisi, where Lexa and the heads of all 12 Grounder clans are waiting
Oh, God.
for me to tell them we're a go. Only we're not a go, because they still have acid fog and we only have 2 tone generators.
There's only so much she can do. As much as I don't like Raven right now, she's not a superwoman.
ready.
Bellamy, you have to find them.
That's the plan.
If you don't, all of this is for nothing.
No pressure, Bellamy. No pressure.
I'll be right back.
I thought you were going to Tondisi.
Tarn
Plans
DC.
have changed.
Is that where Washington used to be?
Commander's expecting me.
Our people inside Mount Weather are in trouble. I need you to go to Tondisi.
Fine.
It would be better if Clark went, surely. Because she's the one that the Grounders respect
What is it?
and follow.
Kane will explain.
Perhaps your mother should go.
No.
We mean you no harm. Do you speak English?
What do you want? My brother and I were on our way to the City of Light when Wastelanders attacked. They took our horse,
The Wastelanders, is that the ones that took...
all our water,
I don't know.
everything. They killed him. This card is all I have left.
Touch me again and I'll end you. In a non-criminal way.
What's your name?
Amori. Everyone in the dead zone is looking for the City of Light.
She looks really familiar.
Almost no one finds it. I can get you there.
I think she looks... It's going to sound really weird, but...
If you pull my card.
Her face looks kind of like Miley Cyrus.
Done.
Is that just me?
Caspian, you're on the first shift.
Thanks for the water.
There's no problem.
Oh? There's one of my little spider tingles of there's something being coming up here, and then it never happens. I just want Murphy to fall in love. Ha 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 ha.
Is that a drill? Bone marrow extraction.
Oh. I don't love
The
this.
last treatment you'll ever need, Lieutenant.
Apparently, there's a war council meeting happening tonight.
So they must have an outsider. Spy.
Sir Whitman's good, but he can't take out that many targets alone. Which is why we're gonna use a missile.
Oh. So either they've got a spy or just this Whitman guy is just, you know, like the ones that were last episode, just following them with snipers and stuff.
Hey,
Hmm. Oh. Oh.
don't get blown up.
That was nice.
How did you end up in the dead zone?
He murdered people.
Since you're one of the few people on this planet who doesn't hate me at the moment, I don't think I want to blow it.
Now I'm interested.
They're definitely setting up a romance here, surely.
You really want to know? I killed 2 people. Tried to kill 2 more. I had my reasons, but nobody cared.
Oh.
My people saw me as a stain in the bloodline. Something to erase.
You think get yourself killed? Kelby? Shut up. Listen, they're killing them. Next time they come, you have to fight back harder than this. Do you understand? Here, take this. Get everyone ready.
I mean, it all sounds good, but Jasper has a way of ruining every plan he's involved in. Let's be quite honest now. So... I'm not hopeful.
We have to start evacuating. Now. No. What do you mean, no, Lexa?
If we evacuate, they'll know we have a spy inside their walls.
Not necessarily.
We can't risk it.
What's the point of having an inside man if we can't act on what he tells us?
Is the innocent fog disabled? Is our sleeping army uncaged? Then Bellamy's job is not done.
Well, then cancel the meeting. Start a fire, something.
Clark, we don't have time for this.
No, no. This is wrong.
It's also our only choice, and you know it. You could have warned everyone up there, but you didn't.
That is
Said
true.
nothing, not even to your own people.
That's very true. Oh, and this is another situation
Stop you now.
that 100 does well, which is like, what's the right answer to this? Oh god.
Put your weapons and supplies in the cart, and nobody gets hurt.
What a surprise, you're just like everyone else.
She's a good guy, I think.
John,
She said something to help him. But what did she say?
Lincoln! What are you doing? Get away from him. I said get away from him.
Okay, so he's not fully reapified.
You don't understand. I can't fight it.
Yes, you can. We can.
We've reached the point of no return. You just want to give up?
I didn't say that.
You did not say it either.
That is the North Star. After you.
I think I'd follow them, not because I like them, because I don't like Jack Harr at all. Murphy's not the most trustworthy person, but hope, faith,
We'll come back for you when
what
we're
life
ready.
is there back at the camp?
Sir, this is a mistake.
War.
You're not gonna find it. You're not gonna make it.
Yeah. That's a nice shot.
What's she doing here?
Clark, you can't go back. Clark!
What are you doing here? I told you to stay back again. Enough, Clark. I'm the chancellor. I don't need your permission to go.
Get out.
Now. What is going on?
Just leave.
Get me here. Mom, I'm begging you. Please.
Oh god.
Bird is in the air. Impact in 10, 9.
Wait. No, we can't stop. There's no time.
I am not taking a step further until you tell me what is happening.
5,
Move!
4.
Move! Ooh.
You can't tell anyone about this. If anyone finds out that we knew, the alliance of the 12 clans will break. We'll lose the war.
You crossed the line. Their blood is on your hands. I'm afraid you won't be able to wash it off this time.
She's let a lot of people die,
Your secret is safe with me.
but
Mom.
I don't know what the right thing to do in that situation was.
Mom.
This one.
Yes, ma'am. No! Hey! Get your hands off her!
Was the Jack, yeah.
Take him instead.
Another one of Jasper's plans went swimmingly well.
Search the rest. Make sure there are no
Oh,
weapons.
I'm losing more and more respect for Jasper every episode. Right.
As soon as we're in the lab, I want him prepped.
Unless there's something that I'm missing. Uh-oh.
Something's wrong.
Uh-oh.
We need to get out of here. Containment breach.
Just tell me how we know if it's even working.
I'd say it's working.
No. We can't.
I hope you know that you're incredibly special to us.
Bye, bitch. I hope it hurts. Ow.
Father installed that silo to protect us, Cage.
Why can't you see that that is exactly what I'm trying to do?
Try to do. I hate his voice. I hate his mouth.
Can go back to killing
I hate his
each other,
face.
and then we can retake the ground.
Just die.
Still yourself.
Was that bone marrow?
The marrow kicks in 48 hours.
So he's not going to kill him. He's going to let him free on ground. Okay, interesting. Not what I expected. I don't like this at all. I don't know what the right option was, but I don't like this. Bad clock. Okay, guys, that was episode 12 of season 2 of the 100 Rubicon. Okay, let's take the Jahar storyline first, just to quickly talk about, because I don't really have a lot to say about it. It's interesting that they're making their way towards the City of Light. They obviously met this, what's called Amori, who, what's his name, Murphy, seemed to have a connection with. They kind of bonded over the fact that they're both kind of outcasts. Him because he's a murderer, her because she had, like, the deformity. There's a name for it, but I can't remember what it's called. I think that the colloquial term, the awful term, is like a lobster hand. I don't like that term, but there is a name for it. And they kind of bonded, and whilst it seemed like she actually turned against them, I think she has helped them find the City of Light. Actually, I don't have a lot to say about that. It was interesting to see more of Murphy kind of bonding with somebody. I like Murphy. I hope he finds love and happiness and some redemption, maybe. And I am looking forward to them getting to the City of Light, but overall that storyline doesn't interest me all that much, to be honest. But I think as they get towards wherever this city is, hopefully, it will get more interesting when we find these other people. The stuff in Mount Weather, well, the Bellamy stuff is great. Like, nothing in this episode has gone wrong for him, other than finding out that from Raven, that Octavia was in Tondisi. You know, Bellamy did everything great this episode. There was a containment breach because of him. He got in touch with people. Basically, all his plans went swimmingly well in this episode, minus the fact that he gave Jasper the gun to fight back, but I don't know whether that was Bellamy's plan all along. I don't think it was. But the Jasper stuff, I don't like Jasper as a character much. I'm kind of on and off with him in Series 1. He was kind of okay, kind of cute, had his little thing with Octavia and like his nice little relationship with Monty. But kind of made a lot of mistakes and acted like, when he shot the grounders that ruined that plan, he then acted like the big I am. And there was a bit of a knob for a while. When he called that girl like low-hanging fruit, I think it was. That was awful. And then in Series 2, it's not that I don't like him. It's just that his plans always seem to go wrong. And I don't know whether them fighting back was part of Bellamy's plan, because it seemed to go wrong so quickly. I feel like that was just the plan, which is to fight back, and then they were always going to get overpowered. But obviously when Jasper got captured, then the containment breach happened, and luckily that doctor appears to be dead. Best part of the episode, Doctor getting killed. Yeah, I just don't feel it for Jasper right now. Maybe he's going to have like a hero moment, but I just don't care. What's going to happen with the next episode, I'm not sure, because like the gauge, as it said, they can overtake the level again pretty quickly. They've all got guns. These guys haven't. They've only got like pipes and whatnot. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sort of sense. Well, they could take the guns off the soldiers that captured them, I suppose. I don't know, that could be an interesting concept, interesting storyline moving forward. But again, I don't have a lot to say. It kind of went as I expected. None of Jasper's plans went well, but then right at the end there was like a good moment when Bellamy got the containment breach to happen, killed some of the people, some of the soldiers, killed the doctor. That's good. I didn't expect Cage to kill the president, but it looks like what he's going to do is cure him with the bone marrow stuff and then send him out to the ground to kind of prove his point that what he's doing is a good thing. I did expect him to die and he didn't, so that did surprise me, I'm not going to lie. But I will just hope that by the end of the season, the president kills the son. That's what I hope. That's what I want to happen. That'd be really cool to me. Fingers crossed. Oh, what's this? Where is it? Get distracted really easily. As for the stuff with the grounders and the missile, look, what 100 does so well, I mentioned it through my reaction, especially on Patreon if you're watching the full things, I mentioned it a couple of times, is what the show does really well, is they give you a situation where there's no right answer. Every opportunity, situation, possible choice has pluses and minuses and pros and cons, and you might agree with Abby's side, you might agree with Clark's side, you might agree with Lex's side, you might agree that none of them are right, you might agree that all of them are right in some form. What the show does great, and what I love but I find also quite frustrating and emotionally hard at times, is they'll give you this situation and every avenue is going to have bad consequences for somebody. If they'd have got everybody out of the camp to save them from the missile, they would have known that Mount Weather had someone inside, in which case Bellamy's plan to get rid of the acid fog would have kind of gone wrong, and then they might not have been able to launch an attack on Mount Weather to rescue their people. Maybe that's the better option in my eyes, I don't know, because they're putting a lot of lives at risk for the sake of 40 odd people. Maybe less now if the bone marrow things are going ahead. There's at least 2 people that have died by the looks of it. But then also on the flip side of that, if they let Mount Weather carry on with their experiments whilst it's sacrificing those 40 odd people, Mount Weather are going to be more of a threat, because at some point they're going to all be out on the ground, but they're not going to stop trying to kill people, because that seems like that's what they're going to be like. They're still going to be a threat. So is it worth trying to take them down at the expense of these grounders' lives? I would say where I fall right now is that letting the Grounders camp get bombed was not a good thing. Not because I have more allegiance to the Grounders, but I feel like maybe more people died there than would have died in that weather if they just let their team die. Is it wrong to let your own people go? Yes. But if you're going with sacrifice the few for the many, like they did with Finn, sacrifice Finn to stop a war, then maybe sacrifice your 40 people to save more people. Like, I don't know how many Grounders died then, but I would guess it's more than 40. I could be wrong. But which was why I can see why people are now turning against Clark, like Abby. I mean, her and Abby and Clark were kind of warring anyway, but knowing that your daughter let a town get bombed to save, like, some people isn't right, I don't think. I mean, the comments might disagree. But again, like some of the comments do say in the show, is that even if they don't agree with my opinion, they can see where I'm coming from, and that's what the show does so well. Is it kind of puts all these conflicting things inside you. And I think Clark kind of looked like at the end that she realised that maybe she'd done wrong, because whilst on paper you can go, right, yeah, if I do this, it says this plan, we can still do this, and we can launch this war. On paper, that's great. But actually seeing the fallout of what you've done, and seeing this village that's been bombed, and all these people that are dead and dying because you let them die, that's a whole other thing, isn't it? That's going to weigh a lot more on your conscience than killing Finn because he was going to die anyway is one thing. And to stop him from being tortured and torn apart and to stop a war, that's one thing. But letting this town die to save a small group of people that just because that you know them, is that right? I would say not. And the comments may disagree, and yeah, I don't blame you, because I can see wanting to save your people is a viable option. Let me know down below what you think about that, because there's going to be different opinions, different, ways to go about it. Maybe there's a plan that you've thought that saves everybody, but I fall on the side that what Clark did was wrong. Forgive me, but I do. I really do. But yeah, I don't know if there's much else to talk about. There was the Grounders and the missile. There was the stuff with the president, Mount Weather stuff. Bellamy's doing really well. Stuff in the desert. Raven and Clark hugging was nice. I feel like Raven's slightly starting to come back from the kind of pit that she was in with Finn's death and blaming Clark and all that stuff. So hopefully Raven's going to be a bit more of the Raven that we knew in Series 1, which was a lot more easy to root for. But I understand her motives and why she is the way she is. But yeah, I think that's everything I want to talk about this episode. I actually really enjoyed it. But do I feel like Clark did the wrong thing? As it stands right now, yes, I understand why she did what she did, but I don't know if I'd make the same choice. I think I would have saved more people and just risked Mount Weather. Sorry, but that's probably what I would have done. But yeah, let the comments roll and tell me why I'm wrong. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and let me know down below what you thought. As always, my name is Scott. Hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. We've only got 4 episodes left to the end of the season. Is that right? 4? Let me look at my little list here. Yeah, 2 episodes and then 2-part series finale left to go. So yeah, things are definitely ramping up, and I imagine by the end of the series, more people will be dead. I will have introduced a whole new whole new threat for Series 3, I imagine, which could be the City of Light. Who knows? Let's see. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you all next week for the next episode of 100. Let me know down below what you thought, subscribe for the rest of Series 1, I'll see you soon. Bye guys, take care.